to have a little picnic for myself. And yes, that is a real background behind me. That is not green screen. I actually threw me off whenever I was looking at it just a second ago setting this up. But hopefully, you have an opportunity to enjoy what I'm about to put down and understand why I do this. Now, most of us know that there is no real active Brady list. Let me do something real quick. Kind of check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Oh, hold on. Oh, doing entirely too much. All right. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Too much. All right. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Too much. All right. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Too much. All right. All righty. Now we know everything's working. Well, one of the things I did last night, I went out and I just started I'm gonna say I was actually trolling last night. But the context of this, before I get into it, you see the title is pretty much Bad Cops and Today. The reason why I'm doing this is I had a conversation with a friend of mine, I want to say about a month ago. And one of the things that we brought up was why I put up Bad Cops. And I told him, I said, you know, the sad thing is, if I actually took a time just to do Bad Cops, to set up our own personal Brady list, I could do a minimum of 10 every day. And he was like, it can't be that. I told him, I said, the problem is, it's worse. So, again, just for the sake of argument, I did a search just for today, not like charges filed, disciplinary action that was filed today. And this is what I came up with. And I want you to understand, I'm going to make a later post where I'm going to, the ones I can find pictures of, I'm actually going to post them into the community section. And what's up, Jingy? And I'm going to post them so you can see not only what they were charged with, but I actually have the departmental information and basically directions for how you weaponize their issues against them, just like they do you. Because the one thing that trips me out is these are supposed to be the good guys. These are the ones that are supposed to be protecting us. We're supposed to trust and believe them. Yet they make it difficult to even know who they are. Most of them don't follow the rules of law. And then when you hold them accountable, you're the problem. Yet, and then they have no problem smearing your name, no problem charging you with something that's completely egregious and unfounded, and then never apologizing for it. And then not maintaining a proper Brady list. So we're going to create our own list, and we're just going to call it Bad Cops. Now, let's start off today. My first one is Salvatore Alonghi. He's I don't know why they call it a peace officer, but he's in the New York Police Department. Yes, New York, New York. So nice, yeah. Anyway, a departmental misconduct charge served by the commissioner, September 18, 2025. Cited policy charges, CCRB, approved counts, excessive force and abuse of authority in a shooting. He's going to have a departmental trial. And basically, this source came directly from the NYPD. So, you know they're getting ready to throw him out there because there's a little news around the person he abused his authority to and the excessive force charge, along with his partner, Matthew Cianfrocco. He's also a peace officer. Don't know why we're using the word peace, because he is also charged with misconduct, which includes excessive force and abuse of authority in the exact same shooting. Next, we're going to go down to Rhode Island, and that's Lieutenant James Krajowski and Lieutenant Bethany Dolock. So that we're up to 4 just with New York and Rhode Island for today. As administrative misconduct brought to the State Police Disciplinary Board, both were suspended. Now, the allegations: egregious administrative violations, tried to improperly dispose of cases, and arrange charity donations in lieu of charges. The officers were also charged. They're both on paid suspension. Listen to what I just said. They're both on paid suspension. They attempted to dispose of cases. They also arranged charity donations in lieu of someone being charged with a crime. So basically, both of them was extorting people. The police, 2 police officers in South Kingstown, Rhode Island. Always understand that. When Scarface said the police are committing more crimes than the criminals, Exhibit A. Then we're going to go over to Connecticut. Sergeant Adam S.Z.E.P.S. He was actually demoted by the Bridgeport Police Department. And he actually had a prior disciplinary action which led to his demotion. And his charges are insubordination, and he's a cub. Conduct unbecoming of an officer. And he violated the vehicle pursuit policy. So he violated department policy. So now we're up to 5. So here's 6 and 7. Down in Jacksonville, Florida, DJ Bowers, he's an officer, and D. Miller, Jacksonville Sheriff's Department. So, hold on, I want you to understand something. The reason we're doing this is so whenever you're going to court and you're stopped by one of these officers, know that there's a dirty officer on your case. You can now weaponize that against them. You can leverage your charges against their backgrounds. This is what you're talking about. This is why they try to get rid of it, because it impeaches them in character, basically making them dishonest. And this is, again, weaponizing your defense. Federal 1983 complaint filed in district court, and it was actually filed September 10th. It was accepted yesterday morning. Also, excessive force on both officers. They actually also named the police department. Now, Raymond Horton, who's a deputy, Brian Harrison, who's a deputy, and the Robertson County Sheriff Department in Robertson County, Tennessee. Civil rights violation lawsuit, again, filed September 10th. It was accepted yesterday. Wrongful detention, excessive force, unlawful search, and the body cam incident on serving the wrong person. I want you to let that sink in. They arrested somebody, they beat them up, and then they unlawfully searched them, and it was not the person they were supposedly looking for. if I say it and it becomes nauseous, you become nauseous from it, it's because I don't know how else to say this. That's literally it. I have no idea how else to say this. This is a level of incompetence that no one should have to deal with. Because more and more when I read this, it appears that we have middle school children as police officers. Because at the end of the day, most of their mindsets are not equipped to actually understand what it is on how to do the job properly, which is why whenever we're going into this, they're throwing tantrums. They're getting upset, and then they want to do stuff and expect you to be okay with it. This is why I go through this. But again, in Robertson County, Raymond Horton and Brian Harrison, if you've ever been stopped by them, if you've ever been arrested by them, and you're in Robertson County, Tennessee, challenge it. Even if it's post-conviction, challenge it. Make them open up all of their cases. And that's why I do this. So you could actually go back with a case involving one of these officers and show there's a pattern that they've been allowing, which then makes the city and state liable for their actions. Now, where are we at? Let me count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You ready for it? 10 and 11. And what did I tell my buddy? A minimum of 10 every day. We're on 10 and 11, and I'm still going. Michael Nelson, police officer. Noah Waterer. And I do mean the way I just said that. Water with an ER. Waterer. He's an officer in the Mansfield Police Department in Mansfield, Ohio. He has also been filed on a federal complaint. Both of these officers have been filed on a 1983 federal complaint in the North District of Ohio. It was filed September 10th. It was accepted yesterday. The cause of action, excessive force, unlawful search, false arrest, Monell, which means they're going to add the police department and the state, plus state claims of assault and battery, malicious prosecution. Now, this is a new filing. So again, all I have is a case number. And if you like, again, we can get it rolling and you can see it into the community post. Because again, I'm going to repost these individually in the community post so you can see the bad officers and see what they've done on these days. And even going through this, I wanted to point out something. The challenge is never something you should take lightly. And the reason being is because whenever you're going out and you're protecting yourself, understand no one else cares about you more than you. So when we're doing this, the whole point is to use the weapons that are set out in front of you. If you have them and choose not to use them, make sure it's strategic when it's done, because you should not be out here just freeballing it and thinking it's okay and then getting upset because things aren't going your way. There's a reason and there's a method to everything. And once we get those things together, we then utilize it to actually keep our freedoms. Let's put it that way. Now, the last one, this one it kind of threw me. It's Richard Featherly. He's a deputy in Wyandotte County, Kansas, in the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office. Now, here's what's crazy to me. And this is why I'm just amazed at certain things. He is charged with second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter for the death of an inmate due to asphyxiation, basically choking. He's on paid administrative leave while he's being charged with second-degree murder and manslaughter for choking someone. Now, the reason why this is amazing to me, because he's charged with murder. I don't understand how you're still being paid when you're charged with murder. Not for shooting someone, but the up close and personal, where asphyxiation. And it's not, here's the thing. I didn't go deep into the story because I was so dumbfounded by it. Because if it's choking and he was not, it was hands-free choking, the due to asphyxiation would be lack of due care. I want you to let that sink in. Because whenever you're doing this, you start looking for certain verbiage. And lack of due care versus due to asphyxiation means that there was contact. Because lack of due care would be he saw him choking and did nothing. And this, again, officer-related stories. And the idea that these are the people that we have and we are accepting as quote-unquote protectors, because we aren't going out and doing the things to get them out of the badge. Now, I'm actually going to go deeper into this because I'm curious. And even understanding the greatest attribute from it, I'm going to kind of parallel this case a little bit, because at the end of the day, it's offering an opportunity to kind of exercise or flex some power. Because I'm going to see if he actually did an oath violation that's provable, that I can get my hands on, as well as setting up a post complaint that's proper. Because once you do that, that takes away his ability to be a police officer. And for me, that's the whole point of doing bad officer. Because now we can use that against them, and we can also use it against the prosecutor if they don't turn it over. Because not only do we have record of it, we have dates that they have to explain. So this is something that I plan on doing more often. You know, maybe not daily, but definitely I'm going to be doing this more often, because I want people to understand, just because they're wearing a uniform does not make them good, and definitely does not make them someone who knows law. So be on the lookout for it in the community post, and let's keep going, let's keep growing. And I'm probably going to come back in probably about 20 minutes, and we're going to do a podcast for you guys. Yeah, let's do that. I don't have to go to the house yet. So yeah, I'll see you guys in just a little bit.